Hello everyone. So today I want to talk about Hostess Prep. So that is a huge part of our sales when we're doing in-home as well as online. Today I'm going to talk mostly about in-home Hostess Prep, but it's very similar to online as well. So the main thing, when you have someone who wants to host with you, I have a letter that I will give them. I print it out and I give it to them if they're local. If they're not, I will text it to them or I'll email it to them, letting them know the steps that I want them to take to make their pop-up successful, because we've all had a pop-up where we think that it's going to be great. Our hostess is super excited. We have all this awesome inventory. We load everything up, take it, and then we have 2 people come. Right? So nobody wants that. So the main thing to fix that and make sure that you have a lot of people there looking at your product and you get your name out there is to prep your hostess. You want your hostess to understand that she's going to get a lot of free things, and we want to give her a lot of free things. But in order to do that, we have to make sales. In order to have sales, we have to have people there. So the number one thing, I just start off, I let them know it's super easy. If you want to have snacks and you want to have drinks and things like that, you're totally welcome to do that. I don't like them near the clothes just because I try to keep spills and stains and things away, but they're welcome to have those separate from the clothes. But it's totally not necessary. You can do your pop-up and not have any snacks or any drinks, and that's totally fine. I usually schedule my pop-ups for an hour and a half to 2 hours, give or take. Sometimes I've had them go a little bit longer, and that's totally fine. If you have customers that want to come at the very last minute and then they're still there, I don't load up at, right at 2 hours. I don't just, we're done. I always give them leeway if they want to come in and shop later. I've had some that have went 3 hours and I've made great sales, and I'm all about it. So if that's totally fine with me. But I usually just tell them, hey, the range is an hour and a half to 2 hours that I'm going to be in your home doing the pop-up. When I do my pop-ups, I try and get there an hour early to set up. That gives me time to unload my car, to get everything set up the way I want it, to maneuver the space, to get my payment processing, make sure it's working, make sure I have internet connected or a Wi-Fi or hotspot, however I'm going to do it, make sure that that's up and running, and make sure that I'm good to go before people start coming in. I always tell them that, don't worry about any presentation. I'm not going to do any presentation. There is no presentation. A lot of people are put off by direct sales because they feel, and I guess it's true. A lot of direct sales, you come to a party, you sit through a presentation of why this is the best product, why you should shop with me, why this is so amazing, and then you shop, and then you have to order from a catalog, and then 2 weeks later you get your product. That's the one thing that I signed up for LuLaRoe for, because you don't have to sit through a presentation. I personally am not a public speaker, so I don't have to give a presentation, and I'm happy about that. And you get your products that night. So when you leave, the pop-up, you have whatever you loved that was there, you have it with you. You're good to go wear it the next day or that night, whatever. So I always make sure I tell them that. Even if they shop with me before, some ladies don't know that we don't have to do a presentation when we do in-home pop-ups. So I always make sure that I let them know. And we don't really need to. LuLaRoe sells itself, so we don't have to worry about getting up and telling them why it's so much better than this, that, and the other, which is nice. I always let them know that I'm going to bring 300 pieces of inventory. I let them know that I can't guarantee any certain print, but I can guarantee that I will bring pieces that they like. So I usually ask my hostess, once they have committed to me and we have a date in mind, usually about 2 weeks out, I will order a box just for them. So I'll ask my hostess, what styles do you like personally? What styles do you think your guests will like? What should I order? So of course I always do leggings, and then if they have a certain top they like or a certain skirt or dress, I'll make sure I order that in a variety of sizes so that I have enough for their pop-up specifically. Now as far as inviting their guest, that is the big part that hostesses don't know. A lot of hostesses think, okay, I sent the invite so people will just come. That's not the case with any type of party. So I always let them know I will create an invitation for them. So I create just through PicMonkey. I'll create an invitation, puts their name, their date, the time, says you're invited to a LuLaRoe pop-up. I will create that for them. I'll either text message it to them or I'll send it to them through email so that they have a copy of it. I say send this out to everybody that you know. The more people you invite, the more people that will come. So if you can invite 50 plus people, you're going to get a great return. And you're going to get more people coming to your pop-up. So you're going to, in return, get more free things. So if you just kind of keep reminding them that, you're going to get more free the more people you buy. then that makes them really go out of their zone to invite more people. And I tell them, think outside your box. Think of people that you have in your phone contacts from, last year's baseball team or last year's piano lessons or whatever. Think of people that you may not see every single day that you still would like to invite. People that, you've connected with somewhere that would be interested to come to your pop-up. And also, I always tell them, be excited when you tell them, this is a fun party. It's not, it's not a presentation. We're not trying to come and sell you, anything that is not useful. We're not trying to sell you anything that you don't necessarily need. Everybody needs clothes. All women love clothes. We have comfortable clothes, and that's that. You just have to come and try it on, and then you will fall in love, and that's it. I don't have to come and, and try and convince you that you need this. So I just let them know, be excited. When you send out your invitations or when you're talking to somebody on the phone or when you're handing your invitations out face to face, be excited about your pop-up. Make sure that your customers know, or make sure that your guests know that you are excited to be hosting this pop-up. I always tell them that you want to make sure you send your invites through every social media outlet that you can possibly think of, because you have customers. I personally have customers that have Instagram that don't have Facebook. I have customers that have Facebook that don't have Instagram, and then I have some customers who just shop from me in home. So and they don't have any social media out from. So I may have to send them an email or a text message, or even just old fashioned and just actually call them. I know, right? Just call. But I tell my customers, and I tell my hostesses, always do that. Make sure you think of every social media outlet that you have. So make sure you invite your Facebook friends. You make sure you invite your Twitter friends and your Instagram friends and your Snapchat friends and your whatever else that you have. Make sure you put your invitation out there for everybody. And then also, if you have email contacts, make sure you send it out to your email contacts, because you'll be surprised how many people in your area have heard about it, but may not have, never been invited, never tried anything on. So this is the perfect opportunity for you to get new customers through your hostesses. So that's one thing I always do. Make sure you invite everybody you know. And I also tell them that usually 2 days before the pop-up, if you have people that haven't RSVP'd, just reach out to them personally and just, maybe take, an hour of your day and just, do a phone call to everybody. Just pick up the phone and just have that personal connection and say, hey, I invited you to this pop-up. I don't know if you saw it. Maybe it didn't come through. Sometimes the email's crazy or, whatever you want to say. Just say, I'd love for you to come. I'm having this awesome party and I fell in love with these clothes and I was offered the option to have a party and I wanted to, just make it sound like they're excited about the brand and they're excited to be doing this and that they actually want the person there personally. Like, sometimes when you're invited to a party and you get just a generic message that says, hey, come to my house, I'm having a party, it's not as personal as if that person actually reaches out to you individually or sends you a personalized text message with your name. Hey, Sierra, I want you to come to this pop-up I'm having. Or, they send you, or they send you an email that's, specifically to you. Or even if they just call. I know a lot of us, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a big call person. I never have been, even before text message was big. So, but that's something that we have to all do. Like, you just have to step out of your zone and just call those people up. And it doesn't have to be an hour conversation. You can just pop on and say, hey, I'm not going to keep you long, but I'm in line to get my kids and I just thought about you because I invited you to this pop-up. I wanted to make sure you saw it. It's going to be at my house. And, you don't have to stay the entire time. Pop in if you get a chance. And, you can bring your kids if you want, if you just need to run in really quick or, just whatever they want to say to make sure that they get that person there and they connect with that person and let them know that I personally want you there. Because those personal connections will go a long way, believe it or not. Another thing I do is 2 weeks before the event. So once we've got a date in mind, 2 weeks before that date, I will create the Facebook event for the hostess. So I just don't leave it up to the hostess because I know some people get busy. Some people don't know how to create the event. Some people, will create the event and not invite people. So anyway, I personally do it myself. So I will create the event on Facebook. I always put my hostess as my co-host. And then I will, message her and say, hey, here's the event. Blast it out to everybody that you know. Make sure you're posting it on your personal page, on your wall. Make sure you're personally inviting people and let them know that you're excited about this. And since I created the page, then I'm able to go on there and post outfits and, post sneak peeks of prints that we have and then, do a showcase of an outfit of the day. This is an outfit that I put together that I think is super cute that's going to be available first dibs at, Sarah's pop-up. So I just let people know that these are the products that we're going to have. These are the sizes that we carry. And I just try and keep it active on there. So those 2 weeks that people are being invited to her pop-up, each day they're seeing something different. They're seeing either a picture of me or a picture of someone wearing a piece, or a close-up picture, or a sneak peek of some of the pieces that I'll have, the prints. So I just kind of make sure I keep it active for those 2 weeks. That way they're constantly seeing LuLaRoe, and they're not forgetting that, oh, so-and-so's having a pop-up. I want to make sure I go next Saturday when she has it. Another thing you can do is you can say, hey, if you bring, tell them, hey, if you bring, I'm going to invite you, I'm inviting you people, but if you bring a friend, then you get $5 off. That's something that I do every single time I do an open house at my house, no matter what. I always say, hey, I'm inviting all of you people because I know you, but you may have friends that I don't know that I would never be able to connect with. So if you bring someone, you both get $5 off, or, you both get entered to win a free pair of leggings or something like that. I always try and tell my hostess, if we can, I want to make sure we have at least 15 solid yes RSVPs. If I have a hostess that says, hey, I only got 10 people, but I know these people are good shoppers, and I know they're gonna come, then I'll still go and I'll still do it. If I have somebody who says, hey, everybody's, having issues, I only have 4 people that say they can come, I'll say, okay, well, let's just reschedule. I never say let's cancel. I just say, hey, let's just reschedule this, maybe push it out another 2 weeks, or let's push it out to next weekend, whatever I can do to accommodate in my schedule. But I never just cancel. I always make sure I at least get them back on the books if something comes up and they, can't do it that day, or they don't have enough RSVPs. But I always just make sure that I reiterate that, the more people you invite, the more yes RSVPs you get, the more sales you're going to get, the more people are going to come, and the more free stuff you're going to get. That's the key word. I make sure that I always tell my hostess, free, free, free. And I let them know, hey, if there's a piece that you love, and that you are just, you have to have, let me know. I'll pull it aside for you. And then at your pop-up, you're going to get it for free. As long as we sell, 10 pieces, you're going to get this for free. Free is just the magic word, y'all. I mean, I'm a sucker for anything free. I'm always signing up for stuff for free. So that's the thing. If you just tell your hostess, you're going to get this for free, they're going to be, okay, well, let me make sure I work my butt off for you, and I make sure I get, 15 to 20 people, 25, 30 people here to shop, and I'm going to get free stuff. So that's the main thing. Just make sure your hostess is constantly active. Also, when you create the event page and they invite everybody, I'm going to make sure that I personally stay active for those 2 weeks, and I'm constantly posting something. But I also tell my hostess to make sure she's active. So when I post something, hey, make sure that you are active as well. So if I post a picture and it's an outfit that you like, oh, that's a cute outfit, or oh, I love the Amelia dress, or, the leggings are so comfortable, or, and if I post something, if I post a sneak peek of a print, tag somebody and say, hey, Sarah, this looks like you, or hey, Jessica, this looks like you. I love this. This would look so cute on you. Make sure that they're active on your page too, because if you're posting all these pictures, even if you're posting something cute, these people are seeing it, but if she's actually interacting with it too, it's just going to boost the post more. So more and more people are going to see it. So that's a win-win for us. So those are the couple things that I do when I do my in-home pop-ups. And like I said, I usually try and do, if you bring a friend, you get $5 off, or both of you get $5 off. And I always do some type of giveaway, whether it's a full outfit, whether it's just an Irma of your choice, or whether it's just a pair of leggings of your choice, or a mystery pair, whatever. I always try and make sure I do some type of giveaway at every event that I do, whether it's an in-home pop-up, or a vendor event, or an open house at my house. I always make sure I do something, that way I can connect with those customers. And I always print off those little raffle ticket things and have them fill them out, with their name, their phone number. Are you interested in hosting a party? Would you like to become a consultant? Would you like to know more about what I do? Just that way I can connect with those people and stay in touch with them as well, because I will say that you get a lot of feedback when you do in-home pop-ups. I know that it takes a lot of work to drag your inventory here and there and everywhere, and I personally have started doing a lot more in my home shopping hours and in my home open houses. And I've also offered my hostesses, hey, you can host at my house. You don't have to worry about doing any of the cleanup, the setup, or anything like that. Just invite all your friends to my house. Y'all can all carpool together, come here and shop. You still get all the rewards. So that's another thing you can think of to offer your hostess. Let them know you don't have to do anything. Just come to my house and shop and bring your girlfriends. And the more they shop, the more free stuff you get, because that's always a win-win for everybody. But the face-to-face interaction that you will get, whether it is an in-home pop-up or whether it is an open house, is huge, because you may shop, somebody may shop with you forever online, and they may shop with 16 other consultants, but the in-home conversation that they're going to have with you, they're face-to-face with you, they may start to say, so, how long have you been doing this business? Or, what does it take to get this started? And how much money do you make? So those are the questions, like, you'll get people like that. And I mean, I probably, at every single pop-up, I've had somebody say, so do you like doing this? Like, how long have you been doing this? How much money do you make? And those are little things that you can start to, key in and say, oh, you tell them your story and you share your why with them and let them know why you're doing this, and that you enjoy doing it, and make sure that you always get their contact information. And, of course, give them your card, but you write down their information. That way you can follow up with them and talk to them about the business. And then who knows, that may be another team member that you have. So I will say that you do get a lot of interaction with people when you do open houses, or when you do that face-to-face contact, vendor events or whatever, because people are there in front of you and they're seeing you and they're seeing these products and they see that you're having a good time and they become curious. They may have had it in the back of their mind for a long time, but now that you're in front of them, they're going to start to ask you questions. So that's a positive way for you to grow your business and grow your team. So definitely think about that. If you have any other questions, let me know. I think those are some good things. I also have this in a PDF form too, that you can send to your hostess. It kind of goes over what they need to do. I believe it is in the file section, but if it's not, I'll double check. And if it's not, I'll add it. And I can also personally send it to you too. So thanks so much, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.